happen, right?
Yeah. But why would she even want your info? What have you ever done with Mary?
Caught her out for being on the fucking panel with that piece of shit when he had just supposedly put BKK in jail. Caught her out for the bullshit. That's all Angel did. Fuck her, dude. These fucking people. They can't just stick to doing what's on YouTube, right? Like, you're the one who made the decision to go up on that panel with him. Nobody else forced you to do that. You made the decision to do that. And if Angel's got a fucking opinion about it, you did it on fucking YouTube, on a public platform. People are allowed to put their opinions. That doesn't give you the right to go real life or to dox her.
Does FOD know that they have the kids?
Yeah, well, yes. I messaged God while I was live.
Oh my God.
And pictures of, supposedly.
Yeah, Sarah's laughing it up as if she's like, welcome. I wonder if FOD's welcoming her again. Huh? I'm wondering.
I hope not. I don't think so. I doubt it. Not after that.
I'm crashing this bitch on sight where I see her.
Wait a minute. He had Makeup Lobster's info too?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Corey, Chainsaw Corey came out and said that she got Makeup Lobster's info from him.
Oh,
no! Yeah, that he sent it to her.
Ew! What a slime ball! Fucking slimed. Brian went live, bitch ass crybaby Brian.
Run to the light, Just Angel.
Fuck Brian, fuck his life.
Run to the light. Run to the light, Just Angel.
Write down on paper and swallow it. Fucking weird. You come for me because of little Debbie's?
Hi, Lydia.
You come for me because of fucking cupcakes? Are you really gonna come for me because I don't know what a fucking little Debbie is, bitch? You have to know what a fucking little Debbie is. Bitch, we don't have little Debbies out here.
I don't have a Discord.
Mexican, we eat pan dulce. We don't eat fucking little Debbies.
Mucho caca way.
That was the first time we ever heard her on a panel.
Yep.
She went up there twice, too. She went up there twice.
Casey, BSJ streaming you.
Cupcake, goddammit.
Some people, cupcakes are a sensitive subject. Yeah.
I guess. I'm like, okay.
Oh, and I think Breaking the Silent wanted to come up.
Oh, BTS, you got the link.
Isn't the link? The link is up there, isn't it?
No, I took it down when everybody started. When all the random people started coming up.
They are.
Hey.
Hi.
Keto.
Yeah, it's Loretta.
I won't stop sharing her.
I just wanted to tell German lady how much I love her.
I love you, German lady.
Same to you. I love you too. What I respect the most.
Alright, I'll cut it out.
Like, Breaking the Silence gets so much shit, and she is consistent. You can say what?
Well, I'm gonna cut it out. She thinks I struck her, but I didn't. I don't strike channels. People know that. 81. Joe Ramon. She thinks I struck her, but I didn't. I don't strike people. She knows better than that. And she keeps coming up with all this old ass. You're gonna start talking about my son, Steph. Yeah, you fail to realize that I put up the whole court case, right? I put up all the documents. I'll put up the document, Steph, that shows where I turned my son in, if you like. Where I walked him completely over to the police. But I'm not accountable for what he did. So that doesn't bother me. He's the one that's in prison for that. I'm not in prison for that, and you guys aren't going to convict me of it. Yeah, well, you know, she'll keep playing with me. She's going to keep playing with me. I already got a lot of information on her, and that's fine. And people will send me more. And, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this link in. Let me put this link in here. Let's see if And somebody told me she was talking about my kids, my daughter. Hey, Jada, what are you doing, baby? Nothing. I want you to see a picture and tell me what you think of it. Come here for a minute, baby. Come here for a minute, sweetie. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Eating something? Look. I want you to see this picture. Let me get it to come up. Just this girl.
Okay.
What do you think of that picture?
I don't know.
What is that?
A nose.
Well, compared to this picture,
Okay.
which one looks better?
Mom.
This girl thinks I'm obsessed with her. She kind of looks like Jiminy Cricket.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is? All right. I'm just teasing.
You're weird, Dad.
Boss, I'm weird. BTS is a whole catfish. I went live real quick. Kristen Cure. Kristen Cure is nice to me now. She used to be mean to me. Kristen used to be mean to me. I remember I seen you in Isaac's chat about a year ago, and you're like, maybe you should go after this guy. But that's okay. That was a year ago. Miss, oh my God. That's okay. Oh, I don't know what she said about my daughters. People can talk about my son. It doesn't bother me. You know, he's the one that's doing life in prison, and he deserves that. But it's okay, Kristen. There's a lot of people that used to didn't like me. Once they get to know me, they see that I'm really harmless. Even Meerkat's there. Meerkat. Oh man, I used to scream at Meerkat. Meerkat. I told Meerkat one time. I said, "Get your fucking ass out of my chat." Blah 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 blah. But you know, once the people see that I don't mess with people until they mess with me. I don't. And yeah. Well, I don't know what she said about my daughters. I don't watch her. Well, Isaac's, you know, he doesn't have an opinion about me because I'm not stealing money from people. I'm not scamming the community, you know, and that's what he likes to go after. I don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with me. When he's talking about something important or that's funny, I'll go over there and look and I'll support it. But if he does something that I don't like, I just don't watch it. Yeah. Hi, Ms. Demeanor. That's my buddy right there. I don't talk to her as much as I used to, but Jada's sitting down next to the cam. Jada wanted to say hi. I wonder if Stephanie wants to come over here and have a word with my daughter. She's old enough. Or Randy, who said I didn't know anything about parenting, that I'm a terrible parent. What do you think about that as a parent?
No, Dad.
Tell the truth. Do you get in trouble?
Yes.
When do you get in trouble? There's so many examples, right? What do I tease you about the most? What do I get on you about the most? Besides picking on your sister.
I don't know.
Eating too much.
Is the gum spicy?
Is it spicy?
It's mint.
Did you give me spicy gum?
No, it's mint.
Tee Kander. Because, well, Kristen, I haven't turned on my super chat. There's a lot of people that really think that that I really wanted to get to 1,000 subs so I could turn my chat on. But people have to remember, I was here for 13 years. And I had 5,000 and some subs. And I didn't turn my super chat on until when me and Molly didn't like each other, and she was paired up with Laura. And she goes, that's why you've been here for so long and you're not even eligible for monetization. I said, I just haven't turned it on. I was arguing with him. And yeah, that's right. Your content, blah, blah, blah. And I just turned it on the next day. I'm not really interested in money here.
So you started YouTube in 2008?
Yeah. 2007, I think. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And all I did was true crime. And I never went live. I stayed away from the live, and I didn't do any drama or anything like that. I just stayed with true crime. I was pretty good at it. And then when Chris Watts' case came out, I went live because of Molly. I saw her do something I didn't agree with. And I started dragging her for it, and she would drag me back. And I found I kind of had a knack. There's a lot of people that don't like Molly because they're jealous of her. And so when I was dragging Molly, that's how I got him into the drama community. And in the end, I learned that Molly is a good person. And she's been a good friend to me. Of course, I've been mad at her a couple of times. She's been mad at me. And what we do when we get mad at each other, we just don't talk to each other for a while. We don't harass each other. But Molly has been, she does things that I don't care for, and I do things that she don't care for. But she's never done anything that's been a deal breaker for me. And yeah, when I did turn on my super chats, and if I put my girls on, the people would always donate to them, and I would use it to take them, to get them. YouTube bought them bikes one time, and a couple different shopping sprees for you guys. But the more that I brought my kids on, I had my kids on, and then we had predators like FOD, Hey Top Cop, who wanted to use that to send children's services over here. So I don't put them on as much as I used to. And Jada likes to go live, but it's sad that we can't sit and talk without people using it against us. But Randy had something to say about my parenting. She said, I don't know what it's like to be a parent, and that I don't financially support my kids. And I was wondering if she wanted to come over here
Dad,
and have a chat with my daughter.
how come she said you don't know how to parent, but you have 12 kids?
Well, she said, I don't know anything about parenting. She said, I don't never take care of my kids. She said, I don't know anything about it.
She's stupid.
You get in trouble when I punish you for something. It's usually to teach you a lesson. Like, I don't like it when you bully on your sister, but all kids do that, right? And I kind of get at you about eating so much because you're getting a little chunky.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, people tease you if you get big.
I'm not.
They tease me all the time, and I'm not really that big. I'm just a big guy. They tease me all the time about it.
No, you're just old.
I'm just old?
Yes.
Well, I usually don't mess with Randy. There's times that I enjoy Randy, and there's times that I don't. But, like, she's sitting over there calling me all kinds of names, right? And if I went back onto her panel and started cursing her, she'd be like, you can't talk to a woman like that. And she's just one of those. And I don't dig that. Yeah, Nini's cool. I used to fight with Nini all the time, and I really like Nini now. Well, she is getting a little chunky. And I tell her, what I'm telling her is that I know it's fun to eat, and we like to munch, and we keep our refrigerator full, don't we? And she likes to just go in there, and I tell her the importance of people will tease her if she starts to get big, and that's all. I just keep telling her she needs to be aware of what she's eating, but we don't restrict her diet. If she wants to eat something, she can. She's still cute. You cute? Everybody thinks I'm abusive to your mother too. They say that I pick on your mother and I'm mean to her. And
About what?
exactly. That's a good answer. What do we argue about the most, me and your mom?
When she goes to spend too much money.
Well, that's typical. But besides that,
Oh, she'll leave with the house dirty.
yeah, she leaves a mess. And I work. How often do I work?
Weekdays.
I mean, and
Wait, we go eat?
do I ever get a day off?
I don't know. Aren't you off Tuesday?
Well, that's only because I got to go to the doctor.
Oh.
But like I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
Dang, I didn't know that.
You do know that.
I
I'm
did
never
not.
here.
I did not know that.
I never pay any attention. What time do I come home?
Like 5,
Right, every day, right? What time did I get home today?
about 4:30 maybe.
Well, it was about 5.
You rode your bike.
I rode my bike today to get some exercise.
And you have to leave at 7:30 in the
Mm-hmm.
No. So you get
Well,
up.
well, Teehee, she's of age. She's a little bit older, and she used to. Yeah, she likes Justin Bieber.
Me?
No,
Oh.
Nene is infatuated with Justin Bieber. Teehee, I used to bring the kids on all the time, and we would just sit and talk until you're right. You know, we had a predator came on here, and but I enjoy showing off my daughter. And she likes to be on here. She likes to talk to people. And I'm sure that sometime she'll have a YouTube, and we're going to teach her how to act. And you're not going to be mean to people, right?
I can't get like a YouTube account on my tablet.
No, I don't want you to have a YouTube account right now.
I know.
I'm talking about maybe later on you can have a creative channel, but I don't want you to be mean to people, and I don't want you to pick on people.
Can I make a Roblox channel?
Roblox is cool right now for you, isn't it? What do you mean? What do you mean, Kristen? I didn't see it. But I really, because who can defend you better than the people who know? And as far as parenting goes, no one can defend me better than my children. You know, she says I don't know anything about raising kids, and that I'm not a good parent. And some of these people have always said this, and it used to kind of annoy me, but I know better than that. I know better than that. My kids, as long as they're clean and they're not noisy, they kind of can just be who they want to be. I try to work with them a little bit.
Dad, how do you have 105 people in here? That's weird.
Well, it's not weird. That's just that people like to see what's going on.
How many subscribers do you have now?
No, they think I didn't strike their channel. I don't. People know that I don't waste time striking channels, because if you strike a channel, they'll just come back. It's a waste of your time, right? And I don't do that. I never have. That's why there's so many clips out there of me, because I don't strike. I've never. I don't think I've ever struck a channel. Yeah. I don't think I've ever struck a channel. It's just a waste of time, and I think it's kind of petty to strike somebody's channel. Let's see what's going on over there. Let me see. I want to see what's going on. She'll go back in her room in a minute. Okay, I want to see what's going on over there.
Let's see if I can-
Sorry, or you could catch Angel on her own fucking panel. It's just not happening. No. Sorry. Angel came up here to chill, not to be harassed.
Well, I guess they're not bothering nobody.
She is messy. We know that because she's went live on her channel, and that's her channel name. She's not like an educated guess or anything.
I like
She's not
BTS's
Mustang
voice.
Sally.
But anyway, they're just kind of boring. But anybody want to take bets on how long it's gonna be before Stephanie gets into some kind of drama with another female that she can't handle? I'm not gonna mess with her. I'm not gonna mess with her. She's just one of them people who say men shouldn't be talking about about women like that. She's got Rex's punk ass over there as a mod. That bitch that wanted to come to my panel. Rex is always talking about somebody's penis. He's always calling people homosexual. It's you know what? You can come on out there, calls it if you want to. I got emoji, but I've heard of BryanSt.John. I don't like a lot of things he has to say. Yeah. I see, and I'm cool to people, and if somebody gets at me, then I'll get right back at them, and that's just the way it is. It's just like a lot of people in here. Like if I started on Meerkat right there, Meerkat will come back at me. We used to argue with each other constantly. Yeah, Rexy can have them all. I wouldn't give I wouldn't give them time of day. I like good friends. I like people that are real. I like people that are like-minded. Like I'm good to go as long as I'm treated with a fair amount of respect. You can disrespect me a little bit, but when you go too far, I'm coming. I don't have any filter. But I was just wondering if Randy wanted to come over here and talk about my parenting. That's all. Because I don't know anything about parenting and all that. Yeah, the rodent massacres, Pike. They call it the Pike County murders. I looked into that and I saw there was so much going on. There's so many different court cases with that, so many different people on trial. And I was in the middle of that, and then some kind of drama. I think that was right around the time me and Rel met each other. Hi, Rel. By the way, I talked to Rel today, and he seems to be doing a lot better. He's really happy that he's not with the COVID. And he's reminding people to wear their masks and wash their hands. He said he wouldn't wish that on his worst enemy. He said, I wouldn't wish that on you, Brian. I said, gee, thanks, Rel. There's a lot of people that I've had outs with before, and once it is a fascinating case. But once we talk, like Nini. Yeah. Miss D. I like Miss D too because, she's the type of friend who will call you out when you're doing something wrong. And she's just, she's not fake. They'll be scared to feud with her. Well, Steph's just going to push the wrong person, and she doesn't know what she's talking about. She wants to keep on digging on things that I've already been through. We're going to start talking about his son's trial. Really? Take a number. Yeah. Iron Maiden. Aces high, 2 minutes to midnight. We're going to start talking about his son because we ain't got much else. We don't have much else, so we're going to hold him accountable for a crime that he didn't commit. And, and Steph really does have a big nose, and she puts it in there. Nini, I didn't know. Nini, you'll be around forever because you're one of those that you're like a social butterfly, and you kind of float where you want to go, and you've calmed down quite a bit, and you're likable. I think a lot of people that haven't been around for the last year or so don't know how mean you can be. You're meanie Nini. She doxed me too, by the way. Nini doxed me. I'm gonna put up a picture of it. She doxed me. She came by. She came through my city and she took a random picture of the city, and she got the place where I worked at in that picture. She doxed me. Nini is a doxer. Nini is a sweetheart, and she puts up cute little videos that show a lot of her personality. Hi, Irish girl. If you look at her videos, you can see her personality and things she likes. And Rudy Renzi. I really do. See, when in true crime, you really have to have a lot of time because you have to put the facts together and you have to try to talk to people. You have to try to present something that no one else has. And that's why I put myself in, when I did the Darla Routier case, I had more than anybody, including ABC, NBC, Fox. I had more in it. Even David Chase, he tried to, the guy that did True Blood. And I think he did The Sopranos too. He tried to interview Darlie's housekeeper, and she turned him down, but she gave me an hour interview. All that stuff is gone now. There's Alley Cat. Yeah. There's Alley Cat. Alley Cat is another one. She kind of just goes where she wants, and she, Who are you pointing at?
That.
Miss Oh My God?
Yes.
Yeah. And see, all these are good people that are in here. I haven't had any trolls yet. No trolls. I remember that one day that you owned a troll that came in here.
Yep. And I'll do it again.
And you'll do it again. You'll own a troll.
Yes.
If you ever run across a troll, you got to own them before you boot them.
Not,
But I just wanted to give Randy a chance to come over here and talk about it. My parenting and what a bad parent I am, and how I don't know anything about raising kids. I remember when Mommy was getting ready to have you, right? We got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and she was telling me. She said, "I'm spotting a little bit." I said, "Well, that's normal. You'll be okay." She goes, "No, I think this is it." And then so I tried to rush her to the hospital, right? And we jumped into the car, and she was breathing real heavy. And the hospital was like 2 miles away in Colorado Springs, right? So, and I'm trying to get through. There happened to be a lot of traffic for some reason, because Colorado is always busy. And when I called ahead and I said, "I think she's going in labor," because you started coming out of her in the car seat, right? And she said, "Oh no," and she was really, your head was coming out.
you sat in a car seat?
No, she was sitting in the car seat. I got a picture of her, right? and when she was going to the car, because I didn't think she was ready yet. So I called ahead and I said, "I got one coming in and she's about to blow." So they met us at the emergency room. There was 5 or 6 nurses out there, and they already had the stretcher, right? And I told them, I said, "I think she's crowning right now." And they grabbed her. They grabbed your mom out of the car, and they threw her on this stretcher, and they run her to the room. They run her to the birthing room, right? And as they swung her out of that one bed and another one, put her down. Boom! There you were. You came out just like that. You saw those pictures, didn't you?
So I was born at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was about 5:45.
Dang.
But like I said, they moved her from one bed to another, and as soon as they put her down, there you were. You weren't even crying. I think you were hungry. I think you were like, "What's ready to eat?" And we've got those videos somewhere. You've seen them before.
I don't know.
So you're a Colorado Springs baby. But we moved out of there. We moved you. You were like 6 weeks old when we moved from Colorado Springs. What are you doing?
Go down.
Oh, okay.
No.
A live stream 2 hours ago. Oh wow, the comments. Yeah, see, StreamYards only goes so far. Hey, there's my other daughter. What's happening, baby?
What happened? I can't go back over there because she's kind of like she acts bad.
But we'll figure it out.
It's not fair.
Pizza Kitty's here.
Oh.
And here comes Nicole. Oh, you were backstage? I didn't see you, Ninny. Here, Ninny, you can come on. Here comes Nicole. Say hi to everybody. Hi to everybody.
Hi to the 100.
Have you had your head in the toilet today?
Yeah, I had diarrhea and I had to clean it out.
No, you ready for you want me to wash your hair? I'll put your head in the toilet. No.
Use one of the little plates.
I put the link in. There's you gonna pour me, Nene?
That's what I'm gonna do.
You gonna pour me, Nene, with Justin Bieber's picture?
Brian, tell
What?
the whole story about how I doxed you. Don't be saying oh yeah, Nene, she's great. She doxes.
You
Tell
did.
the whole
You
story.
doxed the hell out of me. That's not cool. I don't know what's wrong
What
with
did
you.
I do?
What's you? I think you were coming through. You were going to
Going
Indianapolis.
home. I was going home.
Well, oh, okay. You were coming back from Indianapolis, right?
I was coming back from North Carolina.
North Carolina. And so you were going down I-70.
I don't know. But I saw a sign that said, "This way to Ohio." And I took a picture of it. And I said, I don't know what I said. I said something to Brian. He goes, "Oh my God, that's of my work."
Yeah, you took a picture of downtown Dayton, which is a vast area, and you just happened to get the building that I work in, one of them.
Right.
And I was like, "You just doxed me."
Yeah, and I sent it to you.
You did it on purpose.
Yeah, I did, because I know where you work.
You've been waiting. You thought I doxed you a long time ago, but I never did.
I did. That's why I called you.
Yeah, I never doxed you. You were kind of fun.
believe
You were kind of fun. I didn't know what your full name was until you called me.
Oh, that one day, because I don't care. I really don't even care. It just was the whole purpose of it. But you're never gonna know. Sometimes you just gotta say, like, you just don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad you took the initiative to call, and it was a good conversation. And now we can get along and we can coexist.
Right.
Yeah,
And that was probably my longest fight on here.
last time we were on panel together, you just kind of ignored me. I think it was on Republican Ashes, and yeah,
Really? How long ago was that?
that was a long time ago, and you just kind of ignored me. You were like, "He's not bothering me, so I'm not going to." Yeah, we used to fight so much; it was kind of funny, but after a while, I was like, "Oh, there she is again." It's like, I wish you would stop. So mean.
Yeah.
You are so.
Listen, okay, Brian, you want to talk about how mean you were to me, or do you
Yeah,
want to just forget it?
I was mean to you back.
You were
Yes.
very mean.
Very mean. Yes,
Very mean.
absolutely.
But I still kept up. I still kept my mouth. Blah 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 blah. I didn't care. I wasn't afraid.
I know you were exhausting. It was exhausting to argue with.
It
And then like
was-
when me and Laura were fighting with each other, I was like, you know what? I just can't with this woman. I
Yeah,
can't.
right.
And I know you and Laura don't argue at all. But with Laura, it was just so exhausting to fight with her.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh my God, she does not care.
No, I didn't.
And you were the
I
same
never
way.
cared. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, what? He's gonna make a video? That's great. I'm gonna do this, and then I would do something else, and then I just kept it going. But then people started getting annoyed with it, and then people would tell me, the same people going after you right now. Okay,
Yeah.
just saying, would tell me, Nenny, don't poke the bear. If you poke the bear, you know what's gonna happen. Just keep your mouth shut.
I
So,
think
mean,
with
that's all that needs to be done. Just keep your mouth shut, and then Brian won't go after you.
I
That's
really
how
won't.
it goes.
I really won't. And sometimes some people I don't like to pick at. I really don't like to pick at Randy for some reason. And I don't like to pick too much at Mandolin for some reason. I don't like to go back. I don't know what it is about those two. But I think what started with me and you was you and Hockey Mom would do panel after panel after panel, just dragging the shit out of me. Saying
Yeah, well,
I didn't have a job, and all. And you told everybody I worked at Taco Bell. I ain't never worked at no Taco Bell. But Makai said she's having a taco right now. And I had to show my work. I was working in the grain mill at the time. But you guys just kept on. I was like, oh, with these two.
yeah, it was bad.
It's
It
all right.
wasn't my finest time here on YouTube.
No, and I think you were going through some stuff. And once I got to know you and know know what was causing a lot of that stuff.
You were causing a lot of that.
Well, I threw a lot of it back in your face.
You did. You did.
Uh,
And did I ever cry? Did I ever say, Brian, stop it?
I don't think so.
I don't think I did either. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think I ever did because I knew when I opened my big fat mouth, Brian was going to open his big fat mouth. That's
Yep.
how it worked. And I was okay with that.
I don't mean anything by it. Half the time, there's Samara. And half the
Hi,
time,
Samara.
half the time I say stuff to people, I really don't mean it, and I don't like to. I always feel bad, even if I get out on somebody really good.
I do too. I
would feel bad, and for some reason, I was really good at the coming back at people, and I got a lot of subs. A lot of people liked it, coming back at people. But it all boils down to how well you sleep at night because you just hurt somebody's feelings.
See, like that video you did of Wendy. Come on, you really think that she's a bad mother? Don't you think that
No.
video was a little out of the way?
No, and I appreciate you bringing that up. No, I don't think that Wendy's a bad mother. In fact, I know that Wendy's a good mother, but she can't go around judging. And I know that you and Laura are on the fritz, and I get that. But
That's fine, Brian. I don't say stuff publicly. I try not to say about anybody.
But
I do try. I try.
But this is one thing that I kind of like about Laura. She's doing what she can do to raise her kids on her own. And Wendy threatened to go after her livelihood. Okay, so that was the point of the video.
Okay, Brian, but why? Laura's a big girl. She could fight her own battles. Come on.
Absolutely, she can. And she doesn't ask me to do this stuff, and she doesn't need me to do this stuff. But if Wendy's running around trying to act like she's the pillar of this community about people going real life and stuff, why are you threatening somebody's job? And why are you talking about someone else's parenting when you're not perfect yourself?
See,
That's all.
I don't know. I mean, like, that's fair too, I guess. I don't know. But listen, this is the thing. It really got her upset. So, did you take it down? Take it down.
No, I didn't take it down.
Well, it really got her upset. I mean, like, I made a comment once and somebody got really upset and dragged me about my mental health for 2 hours. But you know what? I didn't go back at her. Okay, I called her up. I had no idea the comment I made got her that upset. So when somebody reacts like that and they get that upset, then maybe it's partly your own fault.
Right. Well, Wendy told me one time in a comment section, she was over Amanda Lynn's and they were talking about, fat this and fat that. And she was just giggling right along.
Yeah,
And
I know.
And then she told me in a comment section that I need to grow some male appendages.
Okay, Brian, come on.
But
Why
wait a
don't you
minute.
tell her to go eat a cheeseburger? I mean, like, say that stuff.
But look. Well, here's the thing, Nanny.
Or something.
If I say anything back to Wendy, she comes back with, "Well, you're a man and you're not supposed to talk to a woman that way." But you're telling me to grow a penis. I mean, come on. Seriously? So I grew one and I put up a video about her. Nobody seems to like that. I didn't have one before, but I grew one.
Do you hear yourself?
Yeah, I grew one, and Nicole said, and then when Nicole saw it, she said, "You better put that thing away before you put somebody's eye out with it."
Right. Okay.
Seriously.
All right. I don't want to be talking about that, but do you really, right, Samara? Do you really think that it gets a little bit childish on everybody's end? Somebody's got to be the adult. Come on.
It really does get a little childish to hear somebody that doesn't know me tell me I don't know anything about parenting and that her son's 10 times the man I am.
I know.
Blah, 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 blah. So when Wendy does this hypocritical type of crap, I really wanted to stop with her. And I was being told to stop with her. But she continues to be one of these do as I say, not as I do type of people. I don't hate Wendy. I like her. I used to like her a lot. But it's her behavior. She's so paradoxical and hypocritical that it needs to be called out. Sometimes people don't say.
I know, but can you call her out a different way? And that video really upset her. And listen, Brian, you know me, I don't want people logging off here and crying. And I know, and you're right. And look at the mother boat said Wendy dishes it out. Exactly right. That's the thing, right? If we're gonna talk about other people, we're gonna get it back at us. That's how it goes.
Wendy is quite mean to other people. Like when Barnyard was up there, Barnyard has some really good points, and Wendy.
I like Barnyard.
And Wendy was just trying to dismiss her, and she did. Anybody that wants to speak to Wendy and they say some things that they might not like about Wendy. And even if they do it respectful, well, you got to go. You got to go with those losers over there, with those people that aren't anything, and then that sermon that she gave to people.
Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy gave a sermon.
But Wendy's not going to, Wendy hasn't changed. I hate to tell everybody this. Wendy was the same way 2-3 years ago. She talks down to people. What is that called? She's condescending.
Condescending. Yeah,
right.
but I never got the blunt end of that. And there is a live out there on Wendy's channel where she's on Diane's, where she said, I don't have a problem with Brian. I like Brian. But when I started calling out this St. Jude stuff, all of a sudden she doesn't like me.
Yeah, I know. But,
if you notice, okay, and I'm not going to drag her, but when she did that very first live after she started, she did one live because Diane went on her hiatus, and she was saying that everybody was welcome in here as long as they're not doxing people or they're not trying to go real life. I was in her chat. I was allowed to be in her chat, and that was where I said, can we please clarify that Case Malls is actually not Satan? And we talked, and we had a little candor, and she left me in there. But the next day, she had Diane on, and I was in the chat, and people were saying hi to me, and Diane goes to Wendy, she goes, check your messages. And then Wendy comes back, she goes, Brian, you just can't be in here. You got to go.
Yeah. And Christy NC, no, I don't know if you're talking to me, but none offense taken. Listen, I'm a kind of person that I like opinions that differ from me. But you're right. What did she say? Wendy says about Laura and others. Don't you think what Wendy says about Laura and others is upsetting? Yes, you're absolutely right. What's the difference? There is none. I don't personally think what Wendy said was bad. Either do I. My only thing is that to see her reaction, to see her get that upset, is it worth it? That's all.
Well, when she was saying don't show them a damn receipt and you don't owe them anything, think of how upset those people were that donated to St. Jude's.
I know. And listen, I'm not saying what I say is right. I'm just saying what I say is what I'm thinking in my head. That's all.
That's right. And see, and I can have an adult conversation with anybody, even though they have an opposing opinion.
All right.
But when they start going, you piece of shit, you don't know anything about parenting, that's when I become, something I don't like to become. But here's the deal I'll make with Wendy. Here's the deal I will make with Wendy right now. If she can do lives where she's not mentioning Laura's name or talking about Laura at all, because every single live she does, she talks about Laura. And I'm not white knighting for Laura, but I do have respect for the single parent aspect of what Laura is. I have, and I always have. Even
Tiffany's
when she was
a single mom. Just saying.
yeah. Huh?
Tiffany's a single mom.
Right.
Just
Right.
saying.
I get that. I like Tiffany. I get along with Tiffany, and we didn't used to like each other. But if Wendy can do lives where she's not talking about Laura, then I will stop bringing up the hypocrisy that and me and Laura still don't like me.
And you can bring up hypocrisy, Brian, but just don't do what others do to you. Don't bring up their parenting. Don't bring up their kids. Just because others do it doesn't make it okay, you know?
I really wasn't trying to bring up her kids, but when she's talking about other people's parenting, and then she refers to her infant son as a motherfucker, I don't think that she has any right to bring up anybody else's parenting when she does that. Do I think Wendy's probably a good mother? Yeah, she probably is. But the hypocrisy is that she said that to her child, and then they were friendly with Fod at one point, and something a curse word was said to one of our children, and CPS got called over here because of it.
I know. And Christy, you know what? You're right. You have a great point, and I really can't. I really don't have nothing for that. I agree with you. I do. I just think, from my end, right? When I shut this off, which I really don't even ever do that, but when I shut like YouTube off, right, for the night and I go to bed, like, is anybody gonna be hurt over what I said? I hope not. I don't. Maybe that's just me. Maybe people are picked on enough where they get sick and tired of it and they want to just fight back. I don't know. There's so much,
Well, here's how Wendy has this gift of maximizing things, because I never once said anything about her parenting. What I did say was she referred to her child as a motherfucker. And
yeah, but I didn't even take her talking as her kid as that. I thought like, oh, you motherfucker, like that, like the situation.
You know what? We all have.
I've been called way worse.
We all have. We have all done exactly what Wendy has done. But hi, Carla. But we're not dragging a single mom, and we're not threatening to shut down her source of income for her 3 children while we do it.
Yeah, I mean, you have a valid point, and your concerns are of importance, but so are Wendy's, so are Steph's, so are Kristen Cheers, so are my little pizza kitty who I love, so are Samira, so are Alley Cats. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, I mean, opinions are just that. So if people would stop reacting so much to them, maybe this place would be better. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. I personally think maybe this is like hell. Maybe we're all in it. I don't know.
Well, it is the one-eyed devil here. The thing of it is you're very rational when you're not upset.
Everybody is, though, aren't they?
Well, no,
Isn't everybody? Listen, I've been Wendy 100 times worse. Come on.
Yeah. Wendy,
I can't say.
Wendy, sometimes I believe Wendy needs to be taken down a notch. And I haven't called her. I don't think I've really insulted her, called her names. I cursed at Randy earlier. But, Randy does that. He doesn't know anything about parenting, blah, blah, blah. Come on, men know just what fathers know just about. What we don't know is the physical pain that you guys go through. We don't know that.
But Wendy's a single mom. She's not with that guy. She's not with the dad. I don't know if he died or passed away. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I believe
she's single, right?
I believe that her kids are grown.
So are Laura's.
Well, no, they're still in the house with her, and she's responsible. She's responsible for feeding them, and then she has one who is requires a little bit of special attention, and her kids.
He just has like a celiac disease or something, right?
I think he's got some kind. I think he may be autistic.
Oh well, yeah. You can't even. I mean.
Yeah, but he doesn't require that. But her kids are.
But I mean, isn't it because of the food? The food costs more because he's lactose intolerant or something.
Oh yeah. Anytime you diet, and Laura doesn't need me to white knight for her. Right. But what's right is right, and if Wendy can stop talking about Laura, because every single live that she does, she is so obsessed with Laura. And I know you don't care for Laura right now, and that's cool. But you're not picking at her every day either. You make your comment, you go on. But Wendy is all the time, picking at her. And for a long time, my mother tried to raise us single, and she did the best that she could. And I see a lot of that when I see Laura. And Laura has dragged me up and down and all around. And but what's right is right. And
I'm just very hurt by Laura right now. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. I'll be
Well,
I'll be fine.
Well,
I'm just hurt.
Laura's bark is worse than her bite, and if
That's
she's
nothing she said to me.
well, if she's going to be in the hey, Lovis, if Laura's going to be in the drama community and make money off of this, I think she's been doing it right. You have to be controversial. You have to have a thick skin.
But listen, this is what everybody has done. You can't if you want to be like that, right? In the drama community, you want to talk shit on people and you want to get people all riled up. When they come back at you, you cannot say leave me alone. You can't. You can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
like that's absurd. These people getting on here, leave me alone.
Well,
leave
you
me
don't
alone.
You don't tell a grown
listen,
man.
Laura said it, Wendy said it.
I know.
A lot of people said it. Hell, maybe I even have. I don't remember. Well, but I mean, you can't. Listen, I don't say a lot of comments because those people have panels or they go up on panels or they talk a lot in chats and I don't want them talking about me. So I just don't say nothing.
Right. Well, Wendy thinks that she could tell a man to grow an appendage and then tell that same man that he should talk to women a certain way. Come on, man. Don't be
She said that word. She said, Bryan, grow an appendage.
Yes,
and you're upset about that. That's funny, Bryan.
I'm not upset about it. No, it doesn't upset me. I think it's kind of funny. But the hypocrisy in that is if I were to come back at her and tell her, well, maybe you should get some douche or something because you stink. I can smell you from here. They'd be like, oh my God, look at the way he's talking to this woman. That's what they would do. You're bringing up the sexual organs here,
God, Bryan, you got to. Come on. Who cares?
Exactly. Who cares? I care about the hypocrisy part of it.
I know. But listen, we're all a little bit hypocritical. We are. It's something that's in us,
Yeah, and I'm really upset about it because I really do.
I
really do have a tiny penis. It's pathetic. You should see it. It's ridiculous.
Who? I don't want to see nothing of yours. Get out of here.
Nicole, tell them.
No, Nicole, don't tell us. We don't want to know.
No, it's not.
Don't tell us, Nicole. This is ridiculous. We don't want to know.
Well, Nicole hasn't had her daily beating yet either.
Well, come and give it to me. At least I'll get some attention.
I heard that.
She'll take whatever she can get, I guess. It's because I
feel your pain. I feel your pain, Nicole. I'm the same way. I get shunned. I get shunned a lot.
Nicole's a sweetheart. She doesn't understand why I like to bicker with these people on here all the time.
No, don't.
Don't be a shunner, Bryan. Don't be a shunner.
A shunner? What's that mean? What do you mean, shunning who?
Because when I act up, I get shunned, and that's wrong. You should just be like, poor baby.
Yeah.
Aw, Sunday really good. You shouldn't be like shunning them because that makes them feel bad. Right, Bad Wolf?
I'm not shunning it. I don't shun anybody. There's some people that I should shun.
He loves Pink.
I love Pink too. I absolutely.
So does Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf, that's his favorite.
I love Pink and Pink. Any music that she does, the entertainer Pink, Alicia Moore. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, of course you know her. Of course you just doxed her, Bryan.
That's her real name. She started out. Look, she was the only white girl in an all black choir, and she hung with that gospel, and her voice is amazing. And I like how when she does all that extra stuff, all that gymnastics. I like how her little belly, you can see the muscles in her belly. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and she likes to hang from stuff and twirl. Twirling is always fun.
Yeah, and I like how she proposed to Corey. I love the way how she did that.
Yeah.
He was on the motorcycle track.
They have a very volatile relationship.
And then her daughter is Willow. I think
she sang. Did you hear her new song? She sings with her mom.
Yeah,
Cover Me in Sunshine. Cover Me in Sunshine.
I haven't seen it yet, but it'd be cool to see Willow. It'd be cool to see Willow and Eminem's daughter Haley get together and sing something. That would be great.
So you want to know? You want me to tell you this funny story, Bryan? Yeah. So I went to work, right, and it was warm here.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear this skirt. I can finally wear skirts. So I put on the skirt. You know how like some days you just feel cute, you know, Brian? Like
Right.
you just feel cute.
I
So I
feel
felt
cute
cute
right
that
now.
day. Right.
Yeah.
So I get out of my car. The girls will understand that. And so I'm
Mhm.
walking to work,
Feeling a little
and then I'm
sassy.
working. No, and then I had to go to the copier, and I'm standing by the copier, and this girl walks in, and she goes, hi Jenny. She goes, hi Jen, cute undies. And I'm like, cute undies. I'm like, did she say Jen? She must not be talking to me. She's not talking to me. And
Right.
so then I'm standing there at the fax machine still. And then this other girl comes in. And no, he's not. Sunday, he's not. And then this other girl comes in and says, um, Jen, pull your skirt down. Oh my God. I like showed the whole office my butt. Nobody even said anything.
Oh, they weren't saying anything because they were staring at it and they didn't want you to put it away.
No, but I didn't really pass anybody. But I mean, like in 45 years, that's never happened.
Yeah.
Thank God I was like, you couldn't see too much, but I mean, that was pretty messed up.
So you literally made an ass out of yourself at work.
I literally showed my ass. What are you gonna do? Sometimes it happens.
I've never had that happen when I was wearing a skirt though.
Sunday, I promise you, Bad Wolf is not 180.
They do sound alike, and I thought it for a while too, but I was like, they just sound alike.
Do you know they both said that they can't hear each other too? That they sound alike.
Yeah, they do.
hmm They're
And
both
they
good
were on
guys.
panels together before, and I was like, okay. My first thought was, how is 180 doing this?
I know. Me
I was like, how is he doing this?
Me too. I was the one going around saying that they were each other.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then one time 180 goes live, right? And he's talking and he's like, well, I am the Bad Wolf. I'm Miss Lennon. I'm BTS. I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. So I recorded it and I showed everybody. I'm like, see, he even says he is.
and
He
180
never
is the
was.
king. But see, here's the difference between 180 doesn't tolerate Laura, and Bad Wolf can tolerate her.
Yeah.
And
He sure does tolerate her.
I think Bad Wolf is kind of crushes on her a little bit.
No, he doesn't.
He did for a while.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Is he crushing on you right now?
No, he
He's not.
doesn't. He
So
shuns me. He shuns me.
he shuns you.
Yeah.
You know, when boys like girls, they kind of pick on them and shun
Yeah.
them.
And shun him. It's such a nice way to say like being a bitch. She's shunning me, don't you
Yeah,
think?
yeah. Put your nose down. It's blocking the light. Where's Eritrea? See, Eritrea is one of my favorites. I like her, and I miss her a lot because
What's wrong with Alley Cat? You said it. When did you say something? Oh, Alley Cat.
I don't know.
You can have your opinion. You can not like Pink. I'm sure Pink's not upset about it. Maybe she is. I don't know.
No, I had that falling out with Pink, and if I see her, I don't mess with Pink.
No, I don't either.
I leave her be.
I don't not like her. You know.
Out of all the people that I've gotten into it with, that's the one that hurt the most because I really really liked Pink.
Yeah.
And I wish that we didn't have that falling out because there's a huge part of me that misses her. And she was speaking up a little bit about going at, she said, I don't like Brian, you shouldn't go as it. And I was watching her. I wanted to type in her chat, but we had such a bad falling out that once it was over, I told myself I was never going to mess with her again, never. And so if I see her somewhere, she'll either duck out or.
Wait, they were talking about Pink the singer. Oh shoot.
Yeah, we were talking about Pink the singer.
Wait, sorry,
I had so much fun with Pink Lady Luck, though. I really miss her.
Well, why don't you go talk to her then, Brian? Oh wait, the Bad Wolf said he was never inappropriate with Laura. He was only appropriate with Laura one time, and Laura was always respectful to him.
Yeah.
No, he said he was never inappropriate. I lied.
The thing with Pink and I is hey, there's Obi. The thing with Pink and I is just I choose to just leave her be because I really feel bad about that whole situation. I really like.
Okay, but can't you? Yes, prayers 180 for healing. Absolutely. Don't you ever? I mean, can't you just talk to her and maybe so that there's no more hurt there? I'm sure she would talk to you.
Well, no, I think that the best thing that I could do for Pink is just leave her be.
Yeah, maybe sometimes that's the best too, to just
I'm pretty sure she was hurt over it too. And like I said, it just blew into a shit show.
Yeah.
And in the end, being there, who I really adored too,
Yeah.
she kind of shit on me too. But
I think of her sometimes. You know what? I think of her. Um, of
I love
course,
it.
sometimes I'll think of Kim, and like I don't know, just
I
it's
didn't.
just weird. Like one day you're here, and then they're never gonna be here again in the chat. Like I
Yeah,
get kind of weirded out by that.
I
But
put up.
I don't deal well with death either. So
Yeah, I put up a video of being there after she passed, and there at the end there's some comments in there that she was saying I really like to listen to her talk, and I liked her showing the pretty views and stuff. But in the end, she decided she didn't like me either, and I never did anything to her. I was like, okay.
yeah.
Some people I just let it, I let it go. I just hope that Pink has everything. I wish that she gets whatever it is she wants, and I really regret ever having a falling out with her because I really liked her a lot. I really did.
See, like yeah, like Kat said, that's where you're so much better than she is because she has a hard time with forgiveness. I forgive too easily, I think sometimes. It could be the other way too. Like you gotta find the medium somewhere, and it's just kind of hard sometimes.
Well, you took the notion to just up and call me and talk to me, and then that's I keep telling people, if you get to know me on a personal level and talk to me, you'll find out that I'm not. I mean, I'm a little bit like what people say, but for the most part, I'm just like anybody else. If you don't mess with me, I won't mess with you.
Well, I mean, like you said terrible things about me. I said terrible things about you. I'm not proud of any of that. I mean, some of it was funny on both ends. I mean, I don't know. I can laugh at myself. I think you could laugh at yourself sometimes about
Oh,
some
I do.
things.
I laugh at myself every time I look in the mirror. I mean, come on.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, when I went at him and I said, well, Brian, blah, 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 blah. And he said, well, Nene, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, you know what? He's right. I did say that. I did do that. I did keep going at him. I didn't just end it when I could
You
have.
would not. And I've apologized to you several times. I'm like, Nene, we don't have to do this. Stop. Blah blah blah.
He did.
And you're like,
And I said, fuck yourself.
yeah, you're so mean. I started to call you meanie.
Yeah, he
You're
did.
mean when you're mad. And I think you're in a better place now.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen you get upset or snap at anybody for a long time.
So I'll be like, Bad Wolf, come live with me and we'll react to it. He's like, yeah, this is what I'm going to say. I'm like, okay, we can't go live and say that. No, we can't.
I saw Obi's video earlier, and I was like, whoa. I don't know.
I don't know, Obi. Hi, Obi.
Obi doesn't care for Wendy much.
But that's okay. Like, you could not, I mean, like, some people don't care for me, believe it or not. Okay. Some people don't care for me. I have those people blocked. I don't see what they say. I can't let them trigger me. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going through something with Laura or whatever. I'm aggravated. I don't think I'm her favorite person right now. But I mean, like when she's on a panel, if I'm annoyed, I put a few comments in there. Not really
I've seen you
bad.
do it. I've seen you do it.
But then I leave. Then I leave if it's
Then
too
you
much.
leave. You used to be so ride or die for her too. I tell you, I remember that one time that I popped in and she was doing a true crime thing, and me and her were fighting, and she was doing a true crime thing. She slipped out of the drama for a while. And she did this true crime, so I dropped like $50 in her chat.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I dropped it, you blocked me, and I was like, and so I messaged Laura. I texted her. I said, you know what? That's not cool for me to drop money in your chat, and one of your mods blocked me after that.
Okay, I didn't block you. I timed you out, and I said I timed you, and I said, Laura, take my rent. I don't give a fuck. That was worth it.
But what I told Laura was, I said, I think you should do the right thing when it comes to money. If I can't be in your chat, then you shouldn't spend my money. And she sent it back to me, but she did send it back to me, but she told everybody I demanded it back and that I was harassing her about it. Come on, Laura.
I know that one wouldn't go away. I was like, come on, man, it was a joke. I'm like, this thing won't go. Sunday, nothing happened. It's something, I mean, like, it's not even worth bringing up. And listen, my problem is my problem, right? Like, I don't need to run around and tell you all how pissed off I am at Laura. I mean, it's my problem. I'll work it out. I love you too, Samira. So
you gotta
much.
understand, if Laura said something mean to you, she probably doesn't mean it.
She didn't say anything mean to me. I mean, it just, you know, I don't know. It is, you know, I said on BTS's live the other day, I would just stop. I wouldn't talk about it. And so I want to try to hold my word on it. But, you know, it's stupid. It's my thing. Why does it have to be everybody else's thing too? Why?
Well, Laura's a bitch and she's good at it. So you have to, if you're going to be a bitch, you need to.
You know, if I was so diehard for her and I was so good to her, or I really only hear that she was good to me, but I mean, like if I was so for her, then you would just think that sometimes maybe like just the people she chooses to back instead of me. I don't know. That sounds so babyish. See, I can't make this sound good.
Well, no, well, don't make it sound good because look, Laura is unpredictable. She's not consistent and she's full of surprises. So once you understand that about her, what she does doesn't surprise you anymore.
Like, I don't know. Like, there would be certain things with certain people. Like, you know, I could sit in a chat where they're bashing other people, but like, you know, if they're really close friends of mine, I try not to, you know, but like, I might be in a chat where maybe the person is talking bad about Irish Gal. Okay, I just picked your name, Irish Gal. Sorry, but I mean, like, I like Irish Gal, but that person can have a problem with Irish Gal, and then I don't have to be involved.
Right. Right.
But it seems like, you know, like, okay, Steph, she hated me, and she said she did because of Republican Ash. Well, how far did that get you, Steph? Because I'm not really that bad of a person, and she did. She came in my live when I was live. She said, "I'm sorry, can we forget it? Let bygones be bygones." You know what? I mean, I was like that too with Laura, right? I was going after everybody because Laura was. But
That's
whose
right.
fault is that? That's not Laura's. It was mine.
Yeah.
So
Steph is just a lap dog, you know.
well, you know, I think that she's very new here. And that's what I don't understand. Like, you're making an impression on a lot of different people. People that are really cool. Hi, Natalie.
Yeah.
People that are good to have in your corner just because they're good people.
Yeah. Well, you know, she at this point, Steph's not really bothering me.
No,
Right.
I just brought up her name because I don't know. I felt bad using Irish Gal, but I had to use somebody's name. But you know what I'm saying? Like, be careful who you go hard. Like, there's people right in the chat, and I'll see them saying stuff about Tiffany, right? And I know that Tiffany has never even talked to this person ever. And I'll even ask her, Tiffany, did you ever had a problem with this person? No, never. Okay. I'm like, well, why are they going at her? So, I mean, like, why are you going so hard for other people? You never even talked to them. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does. I got mad at Tiffany one time. She came in my chat, and I don't forget what we were bickering about, but I cussed her out, told her to get out of my chat. But see, then I got to know her, and she's a really, I think she's a kind-hearted person.
It's just really hard for me because like she's never listen. That girl could throw me under the bus 10 times to Tuesday. Like, she's got, like, I had surgery and I sent her a picture of exactly what I look like after that surgery. That's never gotten out. My information's never gotten out, not from her. And you know, they can say, "Oh, well, none of you were being doxxed, blah blah blah," but it wasn't from her. She would have put that picture up in a second. I'm telling you, it wasn't a pretty picture.
Well, nobody's gonna bother you anyway, you know.
No, but I'm just saying, like they say that she's all these things and she's terrible. I don't see it.
I don't
She's
either.
only ever been so kind to me.
I was kind of concerned with her and Rel and Makeup Monster, but I think that once Tiff saw that it was going a direction that she didn't like, that she moved out of it, and then Makeup Monster kind of stayed in it.
No, they both moved out of it, Brian. They both moved out of it because I was pissed. I was like, "Fuck him." Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna make myself look better. I was probably pretty horrible back at that time, but they left. They knew what was going on. They came live with the information right away. I remember because I was annoyed because I'm like, Brian doesn't even deserve that hand.
No,
listen, I'm not proud of it, but I'm telling you, like, that's what it was.
Well, the thing that got me about the whole Rel thing, and I tell him this too, and if he's listening, I've said this to him. You know, they were going at me because of the way I was coming at women and the way I was doing stuff, and he was doing the same damn thing. All these people that were complaining about how I did it, he was doing the same thing. Yes. And this is what I told Rel, and I'll be honest, I've said this on a live before. I said I learned one really good thing from Rel that I'll take with me. You know, and I said, you showed me what a white trash bitch is. I said, because they all come running over there when you were dragging me.
Shut up,
Everyone.
Brian.
And he started
I'm
laughing.
not no white trash bitch. Shut up.
But look, when he started dragging me,
I
all you
understand.
guys
Yeah,
were
I
over
get
there.
it.
And I'm like, look, Rel, all these women that are coming over here to tell you that I did this and that, you are doing the same thing, man.
Well, that's hypocrisy, right, Brian? Because I
Yeah.
don't like doxing. I tell people don't dox. I say I'm against doxing, but he was doing that very same thing, and I was sitting there in that chat. See, we're all
Well, I doxed him
hypocrites.
too. I doxed him when he put up my criminal record. I put up his real name. I showed his house. So we did that. We did that to each other. But I wasn't as mean to these females as he was, and he knows this. And he just laughs when I bring it up. He's totally different when you speak to him outside of YouTube than he is when Rel's up there. He's putting on a show, and a lot of times I'm just putting on a show too. But Rel absolutely did tell me this. He said if I would have knew how these women really are on here, Brian, he said I would have never came after you. And I said, well, I try to tell you. They come at these guys on here, and then when they come back at them, they pull that woman card. A lot of them do it. And it's
Well,
not
he
cool.
let you in his Discord, didn't he?
Yeah, he offered to let me in it about 3-4 months ago, and I was like, he said, I'll let you in my Discord. He said, you come in there. He said, I ain't got shit to hide. And I said, nah, I don't really want to get in there. But I asked him about, it was probably a week ago. I said, what's up with you? You said you was going to let me in your Discord, and he sent me the link.
Yeah.
And I was in there for about 2 hours, and I'm looking at all this crap. You know, Rel's really not even in there talking that much anymore. But
No, he's not.
And I'm looking at all this stuff, and then Sundancer said, "It looks like you snuck your way into Rel's Discord, but I booted you." Blah blah blah. I said, "You can't comment in somebody's Discord unless you get an invite." And I told him, I said, "No, Rel, let me in there."
Yeah.
And I was talking to him today.
I like Rel.
And he's different outside. He's not as he's not as he's putting on a show.
The best time I had at Rel's was when he was just playing music. He was just playing music, and there was a whole bunch of us in there. And we were all liking the music. It was a good time.
Yeah.
But there wasn't 800 people in there.
No.
But to me, I like chats better that don't have 100 people. I mean, like, thousands of people. Because there's only ever at the most, there's only 40 typing.
Yeah.
So everybody else is there to hate watch. I don't want people to hate watch me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of them were there. He knows. Rel knows what the deal is about them people coming over there. He knows. He knows why people were there. A lot of them were just there because they were dragging me. And he told me. He said, "You gave me a hard." He said, "I thought you would back out quicker than what you did." I said, "Well, I said, so if he gave me an L, you got to learn from an L. You got to take that L and move on from it." There's a lot of people in my real life that I started out with a falling out, and now we're good friends. I don't consider me and Rel good friends, but if I don't hear from him for a while, or he'll call me, or I wonder about him, because outside of YouTube, he's a lot different. And I've told him this too. I said, "Well, I got to keep my eye on you because I don't know what you're up to." And he said, "I got to keep my eye on you too." But a lot of times we just talk about life in general and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't.
He's a good guy to talk to. You could talk. I mean, like I've talked to him before.
Well, he can handle it when you're checking him, on something that he said or did.
Right.
When it's just YouTube, but if he's got a show going on, he's not gonna let you get away with that shit. He's not gonna let you get away with it. But no, he knows. Now Rel knows. I told him. I said, "It's not you that I fear." I said, "It's one of these crackheads that you can send over to my house." And he just laughed. He said, "We're good." He says we're good. I said, "Yeah, I hear you saying that, but
But Discords, they're not that bad. Like I'll maybe say something in a Discord that I wouldn't necessarily put in a chat, but I mean, like, isn't that what Discords are for? To vent? You don't think that if I went in some of these Discords, I wouldn't see a ton of stuff said about me? But that's okay.
Man.
People don't have to like me, and I'd rather them say it in a Discord, I guess, than out in the public for everybody to see.
Yeah, Rel's Discord is just full of so much. I'm just sitting there reading this stuff like these people don't know what they're talking about. But Rel pretty much quit a long time ago talking about me.
Yeah, he did.
He gave me a run for the money, and the people liked it. You know, they like to see two guys going at it. And
It was fun to see two guys instead of two girls. I'm not
yeah,
gonna
you
lie.
can't win every battle, but you can't win every battle, and you got to be smart enough to know when to take an L and when not to.
You got to know when to hold them,
Yeah,
know when to fold them,
and then
know when to walk away,
when he
know
got
when to
sick,
run.
when he called me, he sounded so sick.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, well, that's kind of what you get. But then, no, I started feeling bad for him. I was like, man. He said, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. He goes, I wouldn't wish this on you.
Right to God.
I said, man, come on. You know everybody's pampering the hell out of you. He said, man, ain't nobody want to come around me. I got this shit.
Right.
And I felt bad for him. I really did feel bad for him. But at first, it was like, that's what you get. But that was like for like a second. And then I was like, man, this dude is. I said, you're supposed to be this hard ass thug, and you're letting this COVID kick your ass. He said, man, I ain't got no choice.
Right.
But then his wife come in the room and give him something to eat, and she got the hell out of there real quick. I said, that's the first time I ever heard anybody from your house. And he said, yeah, I'm just like anybody else. He's really a lot different. He's a lot different.
Yeah, like cat no 180's real sick, hon.
Yeah. Is he sick? I've seen the Jessica Chambers case. Is 180 sick right now?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he'll ever not be sick.
Well, I know that he has some days that are better than others.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, like, not being able to walk, I mean, I don't know.
He takes it like a champ. And then when me and 180 got into it over Republican Ash, and I kind of wish I didn't get into it with him, but he's slinging mud at me, and I was slinging back at him. But then that's when me and Amanda Lynn started to get into it because of 180. She was trying to stick up for 180, and now 180 wants nothing to do with him. So I was telling Amanda Lynn, I says, how'd that get you? How far did that get you? I said, there's two guys that were fighting. She should have put her nose into it because I would go over to Amanda Lynn's chats and stuff like that. But now it's like whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's funny to see Rex over there, and I listened to some of his stuff. I was listening to a little bit of it, and I know that he was on the panel, and he was talking about. Oh my God! I just totally forgot what I was talking about.
You had a brain fart. Well, Rex will pick at women, and one of the things that Amanda always says to me is, "What's a man doing in women's drama?"
Oh, wait, I remembered. He was talking about how, because he really liked Molly, right? And then he was talking about, he's like, well, I didn't know Molly acted like this, blah, blah, blah. She needs her medication. And I was just kind of like, oh, come on. I mean, either, I don't know. People that can flip like that so quickly.
Well,
he was all up. And I'm sorry, but he also called you ladies old hags that chain smoked and sat in a window or something. I don't know. The guy is...
Well, Rex is a loser. He really is. Like when I called him, he started talking shit about me, and I called him over to my panel, and he wouldn't panel up. He fired up a live, and I went over there, and they blocked me out of the chat, but I had the link, and I went backstage, and he wouldn't let me up. And I'm like, come on, man. I mean,
well, that's one thing. You will go on a panel. It doesn't matter who's in the chat. It doesn't matter who it is. If they're talking about you will go up on that panel. So, I mean, to me, that's just ridiculous. If you're going to talk about somebody and they're willing to come, and talk to you on a panel, then you best talk to them, or you best shut up. Either one, because you're a chicken.
Yeah, and he's got.
I never ran from you ever.
No, he's got this thing of calling dudes homosexuals. And that's his thing. That's his go-to. Homosexuals and small penises. I mean, it's like, go ahead and come on out of that closet, brother. I mean, if you got fixated. And what if they used to pick on Robbie and call him, fag and all that stuff. And Robbie took it like a boss, And I just don't understand that whole you're a homosexual thing. Why would you constantly say that to another guy if you're not having some kind of
if you're not wanting it?
It's weird. It's definitely weird to me. I don't do that. I think I called John that one time though, but John Crimes, he's the one that said I used to hang with the pretty boys and spend the night at their house.
See, that's another one. Like, I've always liked John Crimes, but when the election was happening, I was really I would go over in his comments. Everything I ever talked to him was public. You know, it was in
Yeah.
comments or on whatever. But and then he was fighting with Tracy, and I didn't have any problem with either one of them, so I just kept my mouth shut. I didn't go in the chats
Yeah.
when they were arguing. I didn't want in on that. That was their thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing about John Grimes. Yeah, he's a very talented individual, and sometimes he uses that talent for things that aren't good. But right now, I'm glad to see him hook up with Stephanie Harlow,
Yeah.
and maybe he can hone in on that talent that he was given. And that's what one of the things I liked about John in the first place is when he put out a true crime video, he was so detailed and so into it that that you couldn't help but not watch it. And I like that part of John, but he also blows shit out of proportion and stuff like that.
Pizza Kitty, she blocked me too for no reasonable reason. I mean, I don't know, and it's fine, and it's gotta be fine. And you're not that you're complaining or anything, but I know um, I know that Tiffany was watching a chat or whatever, and they were talking about her. She was trying to talk in there, and something happened. But what she did is she went and she just blocked anybody that was in there. So now people are like, well, I don't know why Tiffany blocked me. She blocked me for no reason. Sometimes it's just because you're in a chat, But that's got to be okay. People's mental health should be number one on here. And if somebody doesn't block you, let them block you. Now, if they're running around talking about you, that's another thing. But if they block you, just block them. Just block them.
Yeah.
No, just take it as well. They're not being. That's them. They're not able to. Because I do that, right? If I see somebody and they're really annoying me, I'll block them. It's nothing on them. That's me. I can't handle what they're saying, whatever it is.
Did you see Isaac and Bombshell going at it earlier?
Yes, I hated that. I was like, oh my God, take it to your own freaking panel. Stop.
Yeah, and it was kind of uncomfortable because I get along with Bombshell, but Isaac just does not like her.
She puts his dead grandma and grandpa up on her Twitter. He puts her dead dad dancing next to her on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, when does it stop?
Yeah. And people have been trying to get Isaac to go at me for a while, and I just haven't done anything that he sees worthy. If you're not scamming people and you're not ripping people off or faking stuff, he's not worried about other people's arguments. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff that's funny, but some of it I don't agree with. But for the most part, he's that guy, and he's got that role. I wouldn't want him on my radar, but I wouldn't, if he chooses to come at me, I just have to deal with that if it happens. I know there'd be a lot of money in it involved. Hello, Starlight. Is that Hello, Starlight? Is that the real one in here?
I don't know. I can see her. I thought she has me blocked.
I thought she's
got you blocked too.
She's got me blocked from her chats.
Well, you know what? Then don't go there. Like if she goes live, I don't go there. She's got me blocked. She doesn't want me there. Why am I going to go there and type in there?
Well, see, I noticed something about Hello Starlight because there's times that we talk behind the scenes, and she says, we're still friendly and blah blah blah. But I noticed that she put up that Chasing Dragons song. Yeah, that's on her intro on one of her channels, and it used to say, "Hey, thanks Brian for bringing this song back." Blah blah blah. This is for my friend Brian. Show me this, and she took that away. And
so she's mad at you right now.
Nah, well, she could be mad at me, but that's okay.
Right, or is she not? Is she not? I don't know.
I don't know why she kind of tolerates me. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you're going after her friends, right?
Well, no, she says she has nothing to do with what they're doing. I'm not really going after her. I'm not really going after her friends. Her friends, look, if I'm a friend to her, she might want to say that to them.
She took it off because it was linked to your old channel. Well, I mean, things have got to be okay. Because if Hello Starlight doesn't want to see my comments, I don't know why, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to get all pissed off about it. It's stupid.
Well, I'm not.
Mandy blocked me. I don't even know why. I actually really like Mandy. But something happened. I was in some chat, I guess, or talking to somebody. She blocked me, and that's okay. I'd rather have her do that than be sitting at home pissed off at me or something,
Mandy's another one that you need to stay in your own lane with because, she is unpredictable.
Well,
So
I mean, she's been through a lot on here too. A lot of us have.
I don't make any waves with her, and I really don't. I really hate that. I really hate that me and Starlight aren't as friendly as we used to be. But I understand she's running with a different crowd, so I just want her to be happy. That's all.
Well, and things. Look at it. Listen, you were friends before, so things do come back around for most people. You know, I mean, like there's certain people on here I don't ever want to see again, and I never will see again because I have them blocked, and they're like they'll always be blocked. I'll never take. There's only 2 people. I'll never take them off on block.
Yeah.
You know, but then everybody else, like there's people sometimes, like after I left Laura, they'd be like, I'm sorry I said those things about you. I didn't even know what they said, you know? So, I mean, who cares? You know, at the end of the day, this really is just the internet.
Yeah.
And I'll never meet half of you, more than half of you. You'll only know me as Nunny. See.
There's the truth. And there's the truth. That's another one. Boy, I tell you what, she can be exhausting too. But
yeah.
For the most part, if her and I didn't have our differences in the past, she would be the type of person that I like to hang with because she absolutely gives no fucks. She don't let people get to her. And I hope things are going better right now for you, Truth.
Yeah. Tracy,
I don't
I'm
know
so
what to
sorry.
say. I don't know what to say to people when they're going through something like that because nothing really is going to make it better.
You just say I'm sorry. That's all you could say is I'm sorry. There's There's nothing that you're gonna say that'll make it better. So I'm so sorry.
I remember I used to when I would be dragging the Truth. We would fight, and it was really funny when we would fight. She would come back the same way I would, and I was telling 180 and Starlight and all them on the when I was a mod over in Starlight. I was like, Tracy's really not that bad a person. If you get to know her, she's really not that bad. I just kind of have fun bantering with her, and I really don't mean it. And they were trying to convince me that she was this bad person. I was like, well, she really isn't. And
no, like, she's not. She's a good person. Tracy and we haven't always gotten along. We got into a little bit of a fight there, but see what I mean? Like, if you're really friends, you'll come back together and be friends.
Yeah.
You know, if you're meant to be in each other's lives, whether it be on here or in real life, you'll come back together. Everything will iron itself out. It just seems like here things can't settle down enough for anything to iron out. It's got to always be 100% all the time.
I tell you, with me and the Truth, though, we have said every nasty thing that we can to each other, and
that's true.
There's just really nothing else to drag each other on. It's like, okay, all right, we're cool, we're good. She kind of tolerates me too, but there was a time when she coming. Remember that one time she came in my chat and she kept on running her mouth. She was running her mouth. I was like, Tracy, I don't want you here right now. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Tracy, I don't want to talk to you right now, but you keep talking. So I kept putting her phone number in over and over and over.
Yes, and she got all these calls, asshole.
She still got, it's still the same, though.
Yeah, well, why she not going to change it? People probably have that number. I mean, you didn't have to put her number. I remember when you did that.
She was so mad at me.
She was pissed. I was pissed for her.
But hey, if you want to talk, let's just call people,
Right. She kept getting calls.
Now she wants a link. I'm in trouble.
Oh, God, never wrong. Now everything's going to go
imagine
that. Hi, Lola.
I want to see how she's feeling right now, actually.
Yeah.
There you go, Trace. Don't you porn me, Trace. You got big old bitties on you.
I know, Samara. I don't see you as much anymore.
I really feel sorry for her right now. I see Hello Starlight's in there. She's not picking at me. There it is, Tracy. And I have a hard time calling her Truth because I always know her.
I know. I call her Tracy all the time, too. I can't help it. Does she not want us to?
No, she's never bitched about it. I see Carla.
I hope she would tell me. She would tell me if she didn't want.
No, she'd tell everybody fuck off. She doesn't care about her last name either, which I don't use her last name.
I call Hello Starlight by her name too on accident. That's how I know her.
Somebody gave me crap about calling her name, and I was like, well, that's how I know her. I've always called her. There she is. Everybody, I'm gonna get porned right now.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tracy?
Hi, the Truth.
Hey, Nanny. Hey, Brian. No, you was talking about that day that you dropped my number in your chat.
Yeah.
And, but you didn't tell what I did because I got you back.
I don't remember what.
I forgot. What'd you do, Trace?
Okay. So he drops my number in the chat like 15 times. And this number from Arizona, still don't know who it was, from Arizona, called me and started screaming, "You effing C-U-N-T, you nasty hoe, blah, blah, blah." So I took that number and I dropped it back into Brian's chat. And I said, "Hey, this is my new number, Brian." No idea
That's
who
what you
that.
did. I
Never got another
remember.
phone call. Yep, never got
I don't
another
know.
phone
I don't
call.
know anybody. I don't know anybody in Arizona. It was funny when we used to fight. So
I remember that now, Trace. It was hilarious.
yeah. She could handle me. She's one of the tough ones that can handle me. So are you okay? What are you breathing? What the hell is it?
I just hit an inhaler.
Oh, you taking the albuterol in the thing there?
Yeah, well, yeah, just an inhaler.
Oh, okay. So you guys are sort of okay now with this whole thing that happened?
Well, I don't know
Who?
how you become okay with that.
I mean, you're not as upset as you were the other day. I hated seeing that.
Well,
Tracy, did you know it was a possibility that day was going to come?
I think when it comes to addiction,
Mm-hmm.
that you always know it's a possibility. I mean, my son has told me many a times, "Mom, every time I've ever stuck a needle in my body, I knew it could be the last."
Really?
You know, which tells you just how strong addiction is.
Right.
If that's not scary enough for you.
Right. Right. Right.
But I had just found out
Mm-hmm.
when I went live, and it was so raw, and I thought maybe now be the time to get through to people to quit using things like addiction against people.
Right.
You know, which it didn't work. Whatever.
Well, now people
tried.
I give up.
people. I mean, because it touched you. Do you think, Tracy? Do you think that out of this sad thing, that maybe it might help be a wake up call for your boy? Do you think?
I don't think so.
I'm just asking Tracy.
No, I know. I mean, like, because he just said it. He just said it himself. Like every time he does it, right? So I don't know.
Well, Chance's in jail right now, and he's serving out some time on an old warrant, and he wanted to get it behind him. So I had to give him the news while he was behind bars.
And he didn't get to attend none of the.
So sorry for your loss, Tracy.
Oh,
Thank
hi.
you.
Hi,
He didn't
guys.
get to attend any of the services, did he?
No, he can't, right?
But I
now
think that was a wake up call, because are you going to keep going back to jail, buddy, and
right
have to get the call that I passed away or your dad passed away, or because him and my nephew were more like brothers, you know.
I didn't
But
think of it that way.
Yeah, and he did tell me, you know, he's like, "Mom, I'm gonna honor Bryce when I get out," which is my nephew Bryce.
Uh-huh.
You know, so we'll see. You know, I don't ever take a full breath, and that kind of leads into this parenting thing. You know, guys, we got to lay off of it. You know, because I didn't take what Wendy said as serious, but Wendy's got to understand they can't sit over there and dog Laura's parenting and all that, and nobody jump on that. But Wendy didn't mean her son was a little MFer.
No,
You
and
know,
I know
of course
that.
not.
Yeah, I know that too.
You know,
but I just pointing out the hypocrisy on it. That's all.
Right. You know, and I said it a long time ago. I think everybody on here are good parents. Their kids are taken care of. They're fed. They're clothed. You know, they're loved. You know, there's a lot of hypocrisy. Like there was no real outrage when CPS was called on you. You know.
No, I wasn't outraged at all.
I was gonna.
No, I don't mean that. I don't. You're right, though, right? So that's why I don't run around saying anything, because I didn't. I thought it was about a total different video. I did. I thought it was about the one where you were eating paper.
Well, there were two calls. There was Fod made the one call, and they came out and checked it out. And then about 2 weeks later, the other one came that didn't have nothing to do with Fod.
Brian, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you ate that paper, did you put salt and pepper on it at least?
No, he didn't. He just he wrote on it and I ate it.
Hey, but look, I was in the middle of Rel coming after my family, and I was
I was
just
just
like,
joking.
no, but that's you're distinguishing whatever bad karma's coming your way. It's weird, and people don't
I'm
understand.
glad you guys are not fighting anymore. Thank God.
No, we're not fighting today. But
No,
the
I'm talking
second,
about you and Rel.
no, the second call that came, well, it was basically based on Laura and the thing with her daughter. They did bring up that video, but they can't. The video where I was doing that ritual, but they don't come at you for your religion. I wasn't hurting anybody with my religion.
Yeah, but when your kid was up, it was 4 a.m.
Look, she got up because if you remember, there was a noise. And I got up and I looked outside because there was a really loud noise outside.
Right. You went out the door.
So I got outside and I'm looking, and where we lived at all the time, there were gunshots and all that stuff. I went out and I looked, and that woke her up too. So she came out, and I was telling her it's okay, just going back to bed, blah blah blah. Well, they took it and twisted. They said I was smoking crack, and I was smoking. I wasn't. I was smoking out of my hitter. But
I hear you, Bad Wolf.
The main thing that they came about was over Serendipity's video. It somehow got in their hands, and they literally asked, my daughter, has Dad been touching you?
Yeah.
Over a video, and they were satisfied that absolutely nothing was going on, and blah blah blah. They left, but they still. That's how my kids had to hear about any type of sexual activity. That was the first time we never spoke to them about it yet.
But I told Laura the same thing. I'll tell you. Don't. It's as sad as it is. Do not put them on here. Don't even let their voice be on here. Why open yourself up to that? Because people obviously will call for no good reason. Listen, when you see that, and there was no sound. It looked really crazy. It did, Brian. And that's what I thought they called on. I had no idea it was something else.
No, it was
I don't think it's child abuse to eat paper, is it?
No,
she was but they were in bed. Whenever I did, now, because I used to be pagan. And that's what I followed for the longest time. And you would do rituals like that to get evil stuff off of you. And I thought they were in bed. And then that loud noise happened outside, and she woke up.
You had that music blasting. You were blowing smoke out of something.
Well, yeah, but they can't hear that. I was blowing. Yeah, they can't. When they're asleep, they're asleep. But that noise was so loud, it just went boom, real loud, and you couldn't hear it. So I got up to look, and that's when she got up, and I was trying to get her to go back to bed. But usually when I done stuff like that with that, I never, even Nicole didn't see it. I didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Pagan people never impose their will on someone else. And it took a while for that little ritual thing to work because me and Rel aren't fighting anymore.
Right.
Okay, that was still creepy.
Yes.
But I never would have called. Even as creepy as it was, and as much as I couldn't stand you, I never would have called.
No.
Right, because I was stressed out, and I shouldn't have done that online.
Right.
But in the end, that's what I followed, and that's what worked for me.
Right.
And I know I go back and I look at that video. I go back and I look at that video, and I'm like, well, I can see why people would think it's creepy. But if you don't know paganism or anything like that, you would think it's creepy.
But if you don't film it and put it online, nobody could send it to the police. You know what I'm saying? I said the exact same thing to Laura 100 times.
Well, see, the thing of it is they were telling people that I was using drugs, and because I turned around and I hit my one hitter, this blue, this is my vape, and I showed them this, and they're like, "Oh, well, your religion has nothing to do with it. We thought you were using drugs." That's why I can pass any drug test you want right now, except for weed.
Right.
I smoke a lot of weed, and they're not worried about weed. They don't care about that.
Right, but it looked like it was like I smoke weed. I don't blow. Hi, Lydia.
No.
Hi, Spitzenum.
Well, if you
don't
notice,
blow smoke like that.
If you can see that video, if you notice, I'm not lighting anything. But I was on the phone with Smokey P, and I was on the computer phone when the 3 cops showed up, 2 detectives and 2 CSB workers. And I said, "Can I leave him on here? He's a friend of mine. Can I leave him on here?" Blah, blah. It's like, "No, we got to talk to your girls alone."
Right.
And they took me outside, and I'm like, "Oh shit, they're going to arrest me for something." And then they said, "Well, we got this video. It's something about masturbation and blah blah blah." And I said, "That was a YouTube argument. That was somebody that blew it out of proportion." I showed them what Laura was saying after they came back in. They were satisfied that the kids were fine. and all that. And I said, it's just blown out of proportion YouTube fight.
Yeah.
And they let it go. They let it go. But it was initiated by Laura. And even
That's a good idea, Spit Venom. Don't even talk about your goldfish, because even my itchy dog becomes picked on when somebody's upset at me. I'm like, really? You want to trash my dog? Come on.
Yeah, I got my dog trashed.
Yeah.
I think I might have even made a comment about your dog.
Yeah, people go for anything, even if people will go for any type of what they see as a flaw, just to get revenge at you. And like when Tracy was upset about the whole addiction thing, unfortunately, it's not going to work, but now we do have to keep in mind that a death from addiction has happened to somebody in this community. So maybe we should keep that in mind when we're wanting to drag somebody about their addiction.
Well, I mean, there's just a lot of things that should, and we can say it until the cows come home. And I've been guilty of it. I'm not far from perfect here, but I try really hard not to go for people's children.
Yeah.
I mean, when Wendy made that comment, and Wendy can't stand me, but when she made that comment, people jumped on that like Carla would say, monkeys on a cupcake.
Jennifer Murray.
Because they have all made repeated comments about Laura's kids. Laura has made repeated comments about their kids. They have all made repeated comments about your kids. So as soon as that came out of Wendy's mouth, Wendy didn't call her kid a little MFer,
No, she didn't.
It was more to me like it was a situation. Hi, John.
Yes.
And I never had a kid, and I could understand that. I could totally understand.
Show me a perfect parent. And
I don't know. I'm not even a parent, so there's that.
Just show me. Well, even your own parents. Show me a perfect parent out there. There's no such thing. There's good parents.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Everybody
there's bad
makes
parents,
mistakes.
and then there's.
Well, people need to understand too that it's not just females that have great instincts. Dads get that too. And I had somebody tell me, I don't know anything about parenting today. You don't know anything about parenting? Yes, I do. We us as men, we only thing we don't know is the pain that the women go through.
Exactly, Pepper.
We don't know the pain that the women go through when they're giving birth.
I don't either, Brian.
Other than that, men are supposed to be the providers. And
it ain't all it's cracked up to be, Nenny. So
yeah. Well, you say that you have kids, you know what I mean? But you're right. I mean, everything happens the way it's supposed to be. So I just try not to comment on any of that because I did before and I got thrown in my face. You don't have any kids. Why are you even talking? And it's kind of true. I don't.
Well, you got nieces
well,
right?
But they go home.
It got thrown in your face today.
It did?
It got thrown in your face today.
Yeah. Randy
and
did.
Just like I said, man, I just think there's so
what did
much.
Randy say?
Call me back. Call me.
If you don't have a kid, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Tracy.
Go ahead, Tracy. It's like the body shaming. It's like the body shaming thing. I don't see where that's a big deal. I really don't. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't. I am fat. So I guess that's probably why it doesn't bother me.
Well, you know what?
Well, Tracy,
it probably doesn't bother me.
Tracy, when you get up there in age and people start picking at your the way you look, you just remember back to the days when you were a little bit more fresh and a little bit more shiny. Because I've had better days than I've gotten down.
Let me tell you something. It ain't been that long ago. I'd blow all these bitches out of the water. I mean,
I've seen pictures of you when you were younger. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me say this. Let me say this. I may not be able to talk about parenting because I don't have a kid, Randy. But you know what I also don't do? I also don't get names from Diane and look people up and make fun of them. So I don't do that.
No, I don't see you doing stuff like that.
No, but Randy does, don't you, Randy?
Well, it's kind of like throw the rock and hide your hands. That's what's going on around here. A lot of throwing the rocks and
bitch.
Well, thanks, MSLMG.
Randy
really we're the most interesting thing on YouTube today. That is sad.
Randy was trying to tell me that the heritage of my own children through bringing up the obituary of their mother who died of a heroin overdose. And she was trying to say, your kids are not biracial, blah, 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 but just by looking at them. But TNT actually knows who Heather is, their mom, and knows that Heather was biracial. And TNT, when I was fighting with her about the whole racism thing, TNT is the one who said, well, you should bring it. You should let them know about your kids. And I'm not going to use that. But she was trying to tell me the heritage of my two boys who are actually biracial. And then she tell me today, I don't know anything about parenting. Come on, man.
Hi, Miss Orange.
And all the people.
This is how fast it went down. I was literally going to do a live today and defend Wendy, saying, come on, guys. She wasn't calling her baby that. She was calling a situation that. She was a new mom.
And we know that.
Before I could even do that, they done went live and sparked up an ugly live talking about other people's parenting. And I was like, all right,
Nene, YouTube Confessional is talking to you.
You know what, YouTube Confessional? I just said that comment about her. I mean, I've been saying it in other chats. So
YouTube Confessional, she actually said Nene's name.
I'm sure she did.
Hey, Samara, I'm good. How are you?
I've been saying shit in chats about her. I've said more than enough about her and her stupid ass. So if she wants to come back at me, that's okay. I get it. It's fine.
And then there was people in the chat like Ash274 Amanda Lynn who were saying that I shouldn't be speaking anything on parenting because of what my son did. Now these are the same people that used to say you shouldn't use what his son did against him, and then now they're on the other side of that. My son was 23 years old when he did that, and it's not like I called him and said, "Hey, go do that."
But the fucked up thing about all of that is I never made a comment about parenting. So what is Randy talking about? Something she doesn't know? Oh, wow. That's a shocker.
The damage was already done by then at that point because Brian's video did a lot of damage. But do you understand YouTube Confessional? And I'm not standing by Brian's video. Right. But do you understand that so many people in this community have had their parenting attacked? It's no one's business. Do I think Laura really thinks her daughter is a slut? No.
But I don't know. I don't know what I would. I don't know what I would say to my 14-year-old if she came in with a hickey on her neck either.
Well, I wouldn't call her a slut, but
I don't know.
It doesn't. But do I think? I just don't. Do I think Amanda Lynn's not able to take care of 6 of her kids? No. I think she's perfectly capable. Do I think Hello Starlight's perfectly capable of taking care of her children? I have no idea how many she has, but whatever. Yes, I think she's perfectly capable. I've not seen anybody on here who's not capable of taking care of their kids. But like I said, what happens is people nitpick each other's kids, and then when Wendy says one thing, boom, it was jumped on.
All right. But Wendy does a lot of the talking about other people's parenting. And my point in the whole thing was, I know that Wendy doesn't think her son is a motherfucker, but she said it, and it doesn't look
YouTube
right.
Confessional. Do you know how many times Wendy has spoken on MGL's parenting?
Over and over.
I mean,
do you know how many times I spoke on parenting? 0, Randy.
Randy said
0.
Randy said that while MGL was out doing a TV show to make money, that her son was at home and didn't know up from down. And that boy speaks 3 languages.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
I don't want to hurt no stranger. Hey, Dana, I don't want to hurt no stranger, but...
There go my kids. Hear them?
That's why I try to keep... Wendy and Randy were just gaslighting today. Well... I don't know.
Yes,
Wendy had brought me up on the panel.
Yes, YouTube Confessional, and I totally agree with you. I'm saying it all needs to stop. We can find things to go at each other that doesn't have to be so low as someone's parenting or
and
as
talking about people's parents,
children.
Well, here's the thing with MGL. MGL had said this out of her own mouth. She said, I have called out a lot of you women here parenting. She admits to it. But look, Jake is an exceptional child. Sorry. Not sorry.
Exactly, D. LaPlante. Exactly. Just like talking about Laura's surgery. Do I think it's the smartest thing in the world to jump on a plane and go to Mexico and get a sleeve surgery that I personally don't think Laura even needs. But if that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do. But
Laura's not even
yesterday
that
it
fat.
No, she's
well,
not.
No,
I don't
she looks
think
like she's
so
up
either.
one. She looks like she's 180 because of her height. 'Cause she's a really tall woman.
But
But
you
wait, this is
can't
the
drag
this is the
and
last thing
drag.
I'm gonna say. This is the last thing I'm gonna say.
No, don't leave.
No, I'm not leaving. It's the last thing I'm gonna say about Randall.
Randall.
Now I forgot what it was. Go ahead.
She had a brain fart again. She's been smoking pot the whole video.
Yeah.
It'll
I mean,
come to
we can sit here. We can sit here all night and go back and forth. But look what this one said. But look what that one said. But look what this one said. But look what that one said. In reality, it just all needs to quit being freaking sad, man. Kids are, they're, and I think my brother's heart is coming through me right now. He lost his only son. I can't imagine someone attacking his parenting.
Tracy, is that his only child, or does he have other kids?
Yeah, that's his
Yeah,
only son.
his only child.
Oh,
You know,
shit.
wait. I
I'm
know
so
what I was
sorry.
gonna say. I'm sorry. I know. I'm gonna forget again.
Go ahead.
I forgot.
Mimi.
Oh my god! I just have to interrupt you next time because I keep forgetting. Oh wait. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I remember. You know what? You know what, Natalie? I didn't know that she was over there yapping her big fat mouth about me because I wasn't watching her. I don't watch you, Randy.
Personally, I don't have a problem with Randy, but I don't know what happened.
Well, Randy was daring me to come to her panel when I was actually at work when she did that live.
That's funny.
He doesn't know anything about parent. Oh, and by the way, for this fat, ugly guy, I have 85 children. You guys know that? I got
85 children.
Brian, I mean, why are you laughing?
She is so off, man. It's only 72.
Yeah,
man.
I have quintuplets. Now, actually, I have 11. And
Mimi, stop laughing. It's contagious.
Randy said, I don't support my kids financially. Well, you don't have to support 30-year-old kids. You know, the two that live here with me, I take care of them the best that I can. We do well. You know, we do the best we can.
And I'm still not going to go low on Randall. I don't even know why they say.
Let's not go low.
No, I'm not. I don't give a shit. Fuck her. But you know what? I never talked about anybody's parenting today, so I don't know why she would say that. And I'm sure the chat had 700 people in it.
It was because you were in a chat. You were in somebody's chat.
I'm always in Molly's chat. Always. I don't go in Laura's. I don't go in theirs. I don't go in Randy's after what happened with that. You know, I'll go in and say hi to Wendy sometimes. But that, you know, she helped me with all that stuff with Amelia at that time, right? I'm very thankful to her for that. I don't watch them most. I do watch them sometimes, but I don't. Randy, I don't watch you. So
yeah,
at least I didn't watch you today. So it fell on deaf ears. So thank you for saying that I was making fun of somebody's parenting in front of all these chats. I even said in Molly's chat, I said, okay, I think it's a little bit ridiculous, you know, to try to say that about Wendy with that video. I even said that, but then I also said maybe you shouldn't be running around calling people pedo supporters. You're gonna get it back. That's what I said.
Yeah. Did you get blocked?
No, it was in Molly's
Oh,
and I said it.
Oh.
I'm saying that, you know, yeah, okay, that video, whatever. Wendy was upset about it. However, and I don't even know, but I mean, I'm just talking like in general. Don't be running around saying how people are pedo supporters and then expect them not to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then when people say, they don't get it, they say, oh, those on that side. Well, I mean, I'm mostly on this side, right? So we're all like that because you're not saying names. You're just saying them over there. Well, I don't support pedos. I don't support bashing against
I don't
kids.
either.
I don't support doxing.
I don't either.
So who the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
See, now I got angry.
You didn't get it. How do you get angry and start laughing? It'll make it.
Because I don't want it to be this heavy. It's so heavy here. You know?
Yeah.
Everything's so like, you're a bad mother. Well, you're a bad wife. Well, I fucked your husband. Well, I fucked your father. I mean, it's like, it doesn't stop, you know? It's
Well,
too much.
I'll put it this way: the reason that I put that video up of Wendy saying that was not to make her look like a bad parent, but to show the hypocrisy that you're talking about someone else's parenting when you're not perfect yourself. You should never refer to an infant as a motherfucker while you're talking about how someone else parents. We all know that Wendy's probably a really good mom, but she's not a real good spokesperson.
Oh, YouTube confessional. It doesn't fall on deaf ears. I read your comments. I hear you. So many people like feel like they just keep saying things, and you know what I mean. Nobody's hearing them.
Yeah. So, true. That how long does your boy have to do in jail?
I don't know. He goes to court in June.
But
it's
will
just
he
a
get clean
violation
in
of
there,
probation.
Tracy?
Oh, so they can leave a
yeah,
sticker on.
He's clean.
Yeah, he ain't had no dope in a while, but he says he
Good.
don't want it, and then once the shock of losing Bryce, I don't know.
Well, you know what, Tracy? Maybe he was in the best place to hear that news.
Yeah, because he may have just went out and used because of it.
Right. Maybe, Tracy.
And sometimes it takes a
Maybe.
life-changing event, a real wake-up call to get someone to take a look at stopping as well.
No, I
talked to my brother today, and he said, if losing Bryce, which is his only son, saves one addict,
right,
then his son doesn't die in vain.
Right.
And if that one addict is his nephew, which would be my son,
mm-hmm.
So
not that it's worth it, but at least it has meaning. At least it has a meaning, because he was so young.
Right.
No, there's a lot of ex-addicts that have had things like that happen to them.
That's terrible.
That recovered and became the people that helped addicts.
Thank you, YouTube confessional.
But I said this.
That's why I was so like, can we please? Addiction is rampant in this country. It is rampant. And I'm not just talking the younger generation. I'm talking, and they get younger every day. Do you know studies show that in some areas of the country that like 70% of 13-year-olds have already tried heroin? It's like 13. Yeah. These are babies.
Yeah, that's what my twins' mom died. of a heroin overdose. Yeah.
And now heroin is becoming scarce, and it's all fentanyl.
Yeah.
But I've said 1,000 times, when I was in freaking I call it the spa, but the when I was in the hospital, when I was in the psych ward, half of those people in there were drug addicts. And so to me, that told me that it's more of a whole over like mental health problem. Like I just dealt with my problems as just ending my life. That was going to be the easiest. Where those people, a lot of people in there, the way they dealt with things was they just did drugs that helped them deal with whatever they couldn't deal with. And so how could somebody be so horrible and terrible just because they don't know how to handle the problems? I didn't know how. I'm not horrible and terrible.
I'll tell you what, though, my thing.
I'm sorry, Kristen.
I used to smoke weed constantly, all the day long, constantly, and I just gave it up. I'll have a year in August, and I don't even crave it. But I never tried any of the harder drugs that some people go through, like heroin and meth and pills and stuff like that. I never got hooked on anything like that.
Well, it just goes back to this community. People going at each other for the things that they know is going to touch their heart. Yeah, that's going to touch their heart the worst. Let's go back to just calling each other fat and ugly.
Yeah.
And your breath stinks and your mama wears combat boots, which I never understood that. But what's so bad if your mom did wear combat boots? But I mean, let's just go back to what? You don't remember that when you was little?
No.
Yeah. Your mama
Yeah,
wears combat boots.
Yeah.
That was never a dig at me. It was more like your mother is fat, not your mother is
Or your mama's got a wooden leg with a kickstand on it.
No, that never said to me either.
Your
Who
mama's
says
so
that?
fat. Your mama's so fat that when they said it was chilly outside, she ran outside with a spoon.
She plays hopscotch. She plays hopscotch like this: Georgia, Alabama, Florida.
Oh my god.
Your mama's so ugly she got a job at the airport sniffing luggage.
Oh my god. No, I never heard anything like that.
Nanny, you never heard. You so ugly as a baby, they had to tie pork chops around your neck to get the dog to play with you.
That's right. They used to feed
No,
you. They used
but
to feed you with a slingshot.
I did hear, Nanny, you're so ugly, the doctor had to slap your mother and not you.
That's right. You were so ugly when you was born. They slapped your mama instead of you. Oh, yeah.
That's what I heard.
We go
And
back
then I would go running crying to my mom and tell her.
It doesn't bother me. You know, when people go at me for my looks or my weight or something, it just doesn't bother me. It never had, because you can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that never bothered me. But
Looks fade.
But when people go at your kids, that's enough to piss you off. That's enough to make you want to go real life on somebody, because men have that instinct just like women do. You know, that bear thing. Where you mess with their kids, then
that bothers me too, G. LaPlante.
You crossed the line there.
What do you plan to say?
Not everyone goes through addiction. For me, saying the R word bothers me. I don't like that.
Yeah. You know what bothers me? When people call other people crazy. But I mean, it happens so much. And, you know, that's really my thing, right? Because I am kind of crazy. So, like, legit, like, have paperwork. So,
that
it kind of
reminds me, I
bothers
gotta
me
take
when
my
people just
meds.
thought, oh, she's crazy. Or then they say, she needs to go have her meds. She should go eat her meds. That's terrible.
I'm going.
I tell you one thing about Wendy and Diane. They did this live one time about why people shouldn't use that R word, and it was very effective. And I really liked how they did that. You know, and it made me consider saying that word. And I wish, you know, that's one good live that they really did well. Is that when they brought up people who had children with challenges, family members with challenges, and it was really well done. And I haven't seen a good one like that for a long time. That was about a year and a half ago they did that.
But you know, back in the day, and this is horrible, and I'm so glad that our country is moving forward. But that was an acceptable word. There were institutions that were called, you know, such and such institution for the mentally retarded.
Yeah. I don't know what
we've come to know now that that's not the proper word to use. You know, it's like little people.
Hi, Marie.
You know,
yeah.
You know, I used to work in a casino and they had this. I'm just going to say it. It was midget wrestling. That's what they called it. And they were the ones wrestling. And I always felt like midget was such a, you know, derogatory word. So I asked one of the little dudes in his little wrestling panties that was flying by my blackjack table. You know, I was like, what do you want to be called? You know? And he said, I'm a midget. And I'm like, I know, but that sounds so ugly. He said, well, I don't want to be known as a little people. I'm not made by little tykes. You know,
well, you know what? Remember when that stuff, it was with,
fun-sized.
I think it was with the John Benet Ramsey case. Remember there was that weird guy
and they don't
that
like
popped
dwarfism.
up?
They don't like that either. So just to let you know.
Who was the weird guy in the Benet Ramsey case?
The one weird guy that came out of nowhere. Oh, no. It was the Chris Watts case. Remember that guy who was gay that said he slept with...
Oh, yeah. His name, that Robbie knows his name. Robbie had him on,
Well, there was comments about like the certain thing. And somebody made a comment. They said something like, they used the F word, the faggot word.
Yeah.
And I went in the comments and I said, you know, why do you have, you know, even no matter what he is, why do you have to call him that, blah, blah, blah. All these people like jumped on me and they're like, you know, gay people call themselves that, blah, 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 blah. And then I asked, there was a gay guy at my work and I asked him, I told him what happened. And he said, faggot doesn't
Brian, I'm gonna have to jump off. Okay, hon.
Take it easy, Rep.
Doesn't.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye, Ash. That
Bye,
word
Ash.
doesn't. That word doesn't aggravate me or whatnot. See, I thought that was a really bad word to say. Wouldn't call somebody that.
Well, when two straight guys are getting into it, they might throw that at each other. But they were just.
But the gay well, I don't know. I don't want to speak for all, but the
Rex
people that
and
were
them,
yelling at me over there were.
Rex and them were doing that to Robbie while he was on the panel. And I guess that's acceptable to some people. Yeah, Trent Bolts. Yeah, come on with it, man. Yeah, I want to shut it down too because I got to get to bed.
Yeah, I got to get in the shower.
Hey, it's nice to have a good conversation and just talk about things like normal people do.
Okay, I hope I didn't
Yeah,
offend
man,
anybody.
let's just quit doing the. I know we always say this is off limits, but really nothing is off limits here. I mean, it's go as low as you can go, and it's ugly, man. It's freaking.
But we could at least do it for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm not going to bring up this anymore, and that's all we could really do.
True.
And I'm going to try to be better. I'm not the best on here. I don't look. I probably just offended 20 people with my stories.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. We're just talking like adults. Yeah, maybe
I'm out.
It's nice to have
Brian,
you guys.
Brian, we got to
I didn't want them to think I was saying the FUCK fuck word.
Well, whenever you're ready.
Well, yeah.
What's that?
I wouldn't want anybody to think I was saying the FUCK fuck word. Spell it, then say it.
It's better that way.
Whenever you're ready to, I knew that you weren't going to be able to do anything with it, and whenever you snap back and get back into it, just let me know. I got to study up back. I got to study up. I was just going to try to do it on the fly and go with whatever you guys throw out, and then it comes to me.
I think I was going to try to go on the fly, so we might just stick to on the fly, and then if we have to look up facts, we'll have them.
Well, I tell you, that's going to take way too long.
I'll give you
way too long.
I'll give you a bit of discovery. The way I was going to start out is with word for word Greg Davis's opening statement.
Oh, good.
Listen, I want to be the guy who coughs in the background.
Need something else.
Okay, my job. You can be that person.
I'm the cougher.
All right. I'm out of here.
I'm going to shut it down. Nice to have you guys. You guys take it easy now.
All right. Bye, chat. Bye, Trace. Bye, Brian. Bye, anybody else that's here.
Poof.
Bye, everybody.